Many seniors believe that drinking less water in the evening is the best way to avoid waking up at night to use the bathroom. At first glance, that sounds logical, but the truth is it doesn't actually fix the problem. In fact, it can sometimes make things worse. The surprising key might be found in a fruit you've known since childhood. The banana. Picture this: you head to bed early, feeling confident that you managed your evening routine perfectly. You even skipped your usual cup of tea. But by the middle of the night, your bladder wakes you up. Before sunrise, you have already made 2, maybe 3 trips to the bathroom. The next morning, you feel drained, your memory seems fuzzy, and your mood is heavy. Most people blame age, but the real reason could be something much more specific and much easier to manage. Bananas, when eaten the wrong way or at the wrong time, can actually make things worse. But when eaten correctly at the right time of day, this humble fruit can help relax your bladder muscles, calm your nerves, and significantly cut down those frustrating nighttime interruptions. It's not magic, it's science. And that small difference can mean the world between restless nights and truly restorative sleep. In today's video, I'll show you exactly how seniors should eat bananas to reduce nighttime urination and how this simple shift can bring back the peaceful nights you've been missing. But first, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from? Drop a comment below. I can't wait to read your answers. And if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit subscribe. A simple like also goes a long way in helping this channel grow. So why do older adults often wake up multiple times at night? The answer lies in a subtle but powerful change that happens after the age of 60, a natural decline in a hormone called vasopressin. Think of vasopressin as your nighttime security guard. It signals your kidneys to slow down, urine production while you sleep. When you're young, your body produces vasopressin consistently, allowing you to rest 6 to 7 hours straight without interruptions. But as you age, this supply decreases, especially at night. Without enough vasopressin, your kidneys keep filtering blood, if it is daytime, pushing more fluid into the bladder, right when your body is trying to rest. One retiree from Ohio once described it perfectly. "It feels like my kidneys never got the memo that it's bedtime." The good news, once you understand this process, you can adjust your eating and drinking habits to work with your body instead of against it. Another important factor is the bladder itself. As we get older, the muscles and nerves that control the bladder become more sensitive, sending full signals to the brain, even when there's only a small amount of urine inside, sometimes less than half a glass. Decades earlier, your bladder would have quietly held much more without bothering you at all. After the age of 60, the nerves that control your bladder often start acting like overprotective gatekeepers. Even a small amount of urine, something your body used to ignore, can now wake you up in the middle of the night. It's frustrating. You finally drift off only to be startled awake less than an hour later. Many older adults admit that when they lie back down, they can't help but wonder, did I really need to get up, or was my bladder just overreacting? That constant doubt creates stress, and stress itself is one of the biggest enemies of restful sleep. The good news is this sensitivity is not a disease. It's simply part of the natural aging process. With a few small adjustments, such as gentle bladder training or a calming bedtime routine, you can actually retrain those nerves to be less reactive. Lifestyle choices in the evening also play a huge role. In the United States and in India, many seniors enjoy tea, soup, or fruit after dinner as a comforting ritual. But these foods and drinks are packed with fluids, and when consumed after sunset, they put extra strain on the bladder, right when vasopressin is already low and the bladder is at its most sensitive. Take the story of a grandmother from New Jersey. She loved ending her day with a big bowl of watermelon, convinced it kept her healthy. Instead, she found herself waking at 2 a.m., then again at 4 a.m., exhausted by morning. Once she shifted her fruit to the afternoon and limited her evening intake to just a few sips of warm water, her nights became far more peaceful. The same goes for evening chai or herbal teas in Indian households. While soothing in the moment, they add to the fluid load at the worst possible time, conditioning the body to stay restless rather than calm. So if you find yourself waking up night after night, know that it's not simply old age. It's a mix of hormonal changes, increased bladder sensitivity, and evening habits, all things you can work on. Here's the hopeful message: with a little awareness and a few simple shifts, you can regain control over your nights. Yes, your body is changing, but it is still remarkably capable of adapting, healing, and rewarding you with the priceless gift of deep, uninterrupted sleep. And this brings us to today's star, the banana. Don't let its humble look fool you. Inside that yellow peel is a natural pharmacy designed to support both bladder control and restorative sleep. One of its most powerful nutrients is potassium, a mineral that relaxes smooth muscles, including those surrounding the bladder. When potassium levels are balanced, those muscles are less likely to contract too soon, meaning your bladder can hold urine more calmly throughout the night. The problem is many seniors in both America and India unknowingly eat too little potassium. Why? Because they cut back on fruit out of fear of sugar. And that shortage often makes nighttime bathroom trips even harder to avoid. Just one medium-sized banana delivers more than 400 milligrams of potassium, enough to make a real difference for many people. Imagine the relief of lying down at night knowing your bladder isn't tense, simply because you gave your body exactly what it needed. But potassium is only the beginning. Bananas are also rich in magnesium, often called the relaxation mineral. Magnesium works hand in hand with the nervous system, quieting those overactive signals that can wake you in the middle of the night. Surprisingly, magnesium deficiency is extremely common among seniors, often showing up as leg cramps, restless sleep, or that uneasy sense of anxiety before bed. A ripe banana offers just the right amount, gentle, easy to absorb, and kind to the digestive system. One widow in Florida shared that when she added a banana to her early evening snack, her restless legs finally calmed down, making it far easier to drift into sleep without that jumpy feeling. Small, consistent doses of magnesium from food often work better than heavy supplements, especially for aging digestive systems. Bananas also provide vitamin B6, the quiet hero behind the production of serotonin and melatonin, the body's natural sleep chemicals. Without enough B6, the brain struggles to generate the hormones that signal every cell it's time to rest. Seniors who lack B6 often describe their sleep as shallow and easily broken. By offering this vitamin in a natural food-based way, bananas help restore the body's internal rhythm. In real terms, this means you're more likely to enter the deeper stages of sleep, where memory is consolidated, energy is rebuilt, and the nerves in the bladder are less reactive. For older adults worried about memory decline, this deeper sleep is as precious as medicine. There's another quiet advantage: bananas are naturally low in acid, unlike many other fruits. Citrus fruits like oranges or pineapples can irritate the bladder, lower urine pH, and make nerves more sensitive. For someone already waking 2 or 3 times a night, even a small amount of acidity can tip the balance. Bananas, on the other hand, are gentle. They don't sting, they don't overstimulate, and they don't aggravate the bladder lining. An elderly teacher from Delhi once said, "I replaced my evening orange with a banana, and within a week my nights became noticeably calmer." It wasn't a miracle, just biology working in her favor. Put it all together: potassium relaxes, magnesium calms, B6 supports, sleep hormones, and low acidity protects the bladder. It's a rare combination, all packed into one simple fruit you probably already have in your kitchen. That's why many doctors call bananas nature's sleeping pill. Not because they sedate you, but because they gently prepare your body for the deep natural rest it truly deserves. The beauty of bananas is that, unlike medication, they come with no side effects when eaten wisely. So the next time you glance at a banana, don't just see a quick snack. See it as a small but powerful ally in your journey toward peaceful, uninterrupted nights. So when should seniors eat bananas to reduce nighttime urination? Many assume that eating a banana right before bed will help them sleep, but in reality it can backfire. Eating one too late, say around 9:30 or 10 p.m., adds fluid fiber and mild digestive activity exactly when your body is trying to wind down. For someone with a sensitive bladder, even this small stimulation may be enough to trigger an urgent trip to the bathroom. The most effective time is usually early evening, between 5 and 6 p.m., or about 1 to 2 hours after dinner. This timing gives your body the chance to absorb potassium, magnesium, and B6, while also allowing your stomach and bladder to settle before bed. Think of it as setting the stage for restful sleep instead of rushing the process at the very last minute. A retired nurse in California shared her story. She began eating her banana at 6 p.m. with a handful of almonds. Within 2 weeks, she noticed she could sleep 5 hours straight instead of waking every 2 hours. Another important tip: avoid pairing bananas with heavy evening drinks. A banana with a glass of milk at 8:30 p.m. might sound cozy, but for many older adults, that combination increases fluid load, and can cause lactose-related bloating, both of which make the bladder more restless. The best approach: keep the banana simple at room temperature and let it do its work naturally. In India, many elders peel and slice their banana into a small bowl, enjoying it slowly while chatting with family. In the US, some prefer it with a thin layer of peanut butter as an early evening snack. Both traditions work just fine as long as the timing is respected. And here's a gentle reminder: if you take evening medications, keep at least an hour between your bananas and your pills. This prevents overlap in digestion and ensures your medicine is fully absorbed. With small shifts like these, you not only help calm your bladder, but also strengthen your overall health. When it comes to bananas, it's not just about eating them, it's about eating them at the right moment. By moving this habit slightly earlier, you give your body the best chance to rest deeply and wake refreshed. The first rule for seniors when it comes to bananas is to choose ripe ones with a few small brown spots on the peel. At this stage, bananas are easier to digest, provide steady energy, and are far less likely to cause bloating. Overripe bananas, on the other hand, ferment more quickly in the stomach, creating gas and pressure that can irritate the bladder during the night. The second rule is to keep it simple. Many older adults enjoy eating bananas straight from the refrigerator, but cold bananas can trigger bladder sensitivity and upset digestion. Room temperature bananas are much gentler, especially in the evening. If you want variety, you can slice a banana into warm oatmeal, mix it into a small bowl of yogurt in the afternoon, or pair it with a spoonful of almond butter. These combinations add protein and fiber, which help slow the release of sugar into the bloodstream and prevent nighttime energy spikes that disturb sleep. The third rule: avoid pairing bananas with bladder-stressing foods or drinks. For example, combining bananas with coffee, black tea, or citrus juice cancels out their calming effect and may actually make nighttime urination worse. Instead, treat bananas as a standalone snack or as part of a light early evening meal. A grandmother in Texas shared her story. She used to end her nights with ice cream and fruit salad. But when she switched to a simple bowl of oatmeal with a banana at 6:30 p.m., she noticed within just a week that her bathroom trips decreased and her mornings felt far more energized. Lastly, portion size matters. One medium banana is usually enough for seniors. Eating 2 or 3 at once can overload the digestive system with potassium and fiber, leading to discomfort. Moderation keeps the benefits strong without burdening the body. So here's the bottom line: choose ripe room temperature bananas, pair them with gentle foods, and keep your portions moderate. These small adjustments let bananas do what they do best: quiet your bladder, calm your nerves, and prepare you for a night of deep, restorative sleep. When the retired teacher from Chicago shifted her snack earlier in the evening, her nights became noticeably calmer. That brings us to the second common mistake: eating too many bananas in a single day. Because they're soft, sweet, and easy to enjoy, it's tempting to have 2 or even 3 at once. But for seniors, an overload of potassium, a condition called hyperkalemia, can be risky for heart health, especially for those taking blood pressure or kidney medications. Excess potassium can trigger irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and unnecessary strain on the kidneys. One medium banana a day provides the right balance. More is rarely needed and sometimes harmful. A gentleman in Hyderabad learned this firsthand. Believing that more is better, he ate multiple bananas daily until his doctor gently reminded him that in later years, moderation means safety. The third mistake is eating bananas straight from the refrigerator. Cold fruit may feel refreshing, but for an aging digestive system, chilled food can irritate the stomach lining and even trigger bladder sensitivity. This is especially true at night when the body is winding down and less prepared for cold foods. Room temperature or slightly warm bananas are far gentler, preserving their calming effects on both digestion and bladder control. Another overlooked mistake is pairing bananas with the wrong foods. A banana smoothie with milk might sound nutritious, but dairy can increase mucus production, slow digestion, and cause nighttime bloating in many seniors. Similarly, combining bananas with acidic fruits like oranges or pineapples reduces their bladder-friendly qualities. The better choice is to eat bananas on their own, or with light balanced foods like oatmeal or a handful of nuts, easier for the body to handle in the evening. Finally, some seniors make the mistake of treating bananas as a cure-all while ignoring other habits that matter. The truth is, a banana won't prevent nighttime urination if you're still drinking 2 cups of tea at 8 p.m. or indulging in salty pickles that leave you thirsty after dinner. Bananas are powerful allies, but they work best when supported by thoughtful routines. The hopeful news? Every one of these mistakes is easy to fix. By eating bananas earlier in the evening, limiting yourself to one medium fruit, choosing room temperature over cold, and pairing them with simple foods, you can transform this humble fruit into a trusted friend of both your bladder and your sleep. With just a few mindful changes, the banana stops being a source of frustration and becomes a nightly gift, helping restore the deep, peaceful rest your body still remembers. And sometimes the most powerful lessons don't come from science alone, but from the quiet stories of seniors who have lived through the struggle of waking up at night. Take the example of Mr. Thompson, a 75-year-old from Ohio, once believed frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom were simply his fate. He stopped drinking water after dinner, gave up his evening walks, and even turned to his sleeping pills. Yet nothing seemed to help. His nights remained broken, and his mornings were filled with exhaustion. Everything changed when his doctor suggested swapping his evening oranges for a single banana at 6 p.m. At first, he was skeptical, but within just 2 weeks, he noticed something remarkable. Instead of waking 3 times, he was only waking once. For the first time in years, he felt rested enough to sit down and enjoy breakfast with his grandchildren. In Pune, India, a 70-year-old woman named Sushi Maji had a similar struggle. Every night, she enjoyed a 9 p.m. cup of chai with a small plate of watermelon, believing it kept her cool. Yet she often found herself awake at 2 a.m., sometimes more than once. When her daughter explained that late fluids were the culprit and suggested replacing them with a banana earlier in the evening, she reluctantly agreed. Within a week, her nightly bathroom trips dropped dramatically. She happily shared, "I never knew one small change could give me back my sleep." Then there's Gloria, a retired school teacher from Texas. She had always loved bananas but avoided them, thinking they were too sugary at her age. After learning about potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, she reintroduced a banana as part of her 5:30 p.m. snack with a handful of walnuts. To her surprise, not only did her nighttime awakenings decrease, but her restless legs calmed and she felt more relaxed before bed. For her, the banana became more than just food. It became a signal to her body that it was time to slow down and prepare for rest. These stories remind us that solutions don't always come from complicated treatments. Sometimes they come from listening to the body, respecting its changes, and making small, thoughtful adjustments. A banana eaten wisely can be far more powerful than you might expect. And if others have found relief through small changes, there's real hope that you can too. Of course, bananas are just one piece of the bigger puzzle. To truly restore restful nights, they work best when paired with the other healthy habits. One key habit after age 60 is light movement during the day. Many seniors notice swelling in their ankles or calves by evening. This fluid buildup may not look dramatic, but when you lie down at night, the fluid shifts back toward the kidneys. The result? The kidneys suddenly process more liquid, filling the bladder right when you're trying to sleep. Gentle morning walks, leg stretches, or even simple chair exercises can help move this fluid earlier in the day, easing the burden on your kidneys and bladder at night. A grandfather in Michigan shared that simply adding a short morning stroll around the block reduced his nighttime bathroom trips even before he made any changes to his diet. And when he combined that walk with a banana at 6 p.m., his sleep improved dramatically, becoming deeper and more restful. The second helpful habit is mindful eating at dinner. Heavy, salty meals late at night create 2 hidden problems. They increase thirst, which leads to more drinking at after sunset, and they also stimulate bladder nerves by adding extra fluid for the body to process. Replacing pickles or fried snacks with steamed vegetable soups or lightly seasoned rice can make evenings far easier. In Indian households where pickles and papads are common at dinner, simply shifting them to lunchtime can significantly reduce nighttime urgency. The banana plays a balancing role here, offering minerals without creating excess thirst. The third habit is controlling evening drinks. Many seniors find comfort in tea, coffee, or even a glass of warm milk before bed. But this is the worst time to add more fluids. Caffeine and certain herbal teas act as diuretics, pushing the bladder into action. By replacing late-night drinks with just a few sips of warm water and enjoying your banana earlier in the evening, you take the pressure off both kidneys and bladder. Sleep environment also matters more than people realize. Thick blankets, tight pajamas, or overheated rooms cause the body to sweat, which triggers thirst and increases kidney activity. Seniors in hot Indian summers and centrally heated American homes often underestimate this. Simple adjustments like wearing light cotton sleepwear, cracking open a window, or using a fan help keep the body cool and calm. Paired with the calming minerals in bananas, this creates a smooth transition into deeper sleep. Together, these habits form a healthy rhythm. Move excess fluid out of your legs during the day. Eat a lighter, earlier dinner. Enjoy a banana as your early evening snack. Cut down on late drinks and sleep in a cool, comfortable space. Each step may be small, but the combined effect is powerful. Instead of feeling trapped by aging, you begin to see that your choices still shape your nights. That is the hopeful truth. Bananas may serve as a gentle anchor, but it's your daily habits that turn the tide. By combining both, you give yourself the best chance for quiet nights and refreshed mornings. As we've seen, nighttime urination is not an unavoidable part of aging. It results from shifts in hormones, a more sensitive bladder, and evening routines that quietly disrupt rest. The encouraging news is that you are not powerless. With small adjustments, especially with something as simple as a banana, you can support your body in ways medicine alone often cannot. A ripe room temperature banana in the early evening can do more than you think. Potassium relaxes the bladder. Magnesium calms the nerves, and vitamin B6 supports the production of sleep hormones. When combined with simple daily habits, gentle movement, a lighter dinner, and a cool, comfortable sleep environment, this humble fruit becomes a quiet yet powerful ally for seniors. Whether in America, bananas offer more than nutrition. They offer hope, the hope of waking refreshed, steady on your feet, and ready to embrace the day with energy. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. One banana won't change everything overnight, but try it for 7 evenings in a row, and you may be amazed at what your body is still capable of. This isn't about strict diets or costly supplements. It's about listening to your body, respecting its natural rhythm, and giving it the gentle support it needs. So tonight, instead of dreading the bathroom trips that might come, take one small step earlier in the evening. Peel a banana, enjoy it slowly, and trust that your body still remembers how to rest. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments, what time of day do you usually eat your fruit? And if you are ready to join the 7-day banana experiment, simply write the word HOPE. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this video with a friend who may also be longing for peaceful nights.